We learned a lot of things about drilling in 6 weeks. You can tell that by the rhythm of the step. You can feel all the heels hit the ground at the same time. The music beats out the cadence. Nobody calling out left, right. You don't need that anymore. It's hard to remember that little girl who got off the train 6 weeks ago and didn't know her port leg from her starboard. Now they know we've got our marching legs on, too. They can tell we're Marines and good ones. By the time you're passing by the reviewing stand, your heart is doing nip-ups. That's one time you'll never forget. Your eyes get kind of misty and you don't know what to do with that lump in your throat. Maybe you can't see me, but I'm down there somewhere, a pocket full of pride and all, a boot no more. Private first class and a full-fledged Marine.
Saturday in camp is an American Saturday. The girls learn that life does not consist solely of drilling, lectures, and military routine. They are now permitted to exchange heartbeats with the men. The recreation hall is a stomping ground where the only face movements are done cheek to cheek and no sergeants to call cadence. It's an old, old story in a new setting. Thorough as is the recruit training, so too are the media for recreation. The finest equipment is on hand for use. Once a girl's boot training has been completed, a varied and interesting panorama is spread before her. An entire regimental area has been taken over for use by the women. The grounds are studded with green lawns and red brick buildings of permanent structure. Barracks, mess hall, classrooms, dispensary, motion picture house, post exchange, laundry, and tailor shop. A well-stocked library with a choice of the best in ancient and modern literature. Well do we know for what we are fighting. And here too, as in the broader sense, we worship as our conscience directs. Regardless of creed, or color, or sex. Far from home, alone, the woman Marine finds extended to her the friendly quietude of church services. A fervent prayer for those who have died, for those who shall live, for our cause and the part we must play in it.
Up to now, the girls have only been getting ready for the job that's to come. For in order to better understand the task that lies before them, the women Marines are shown the weapons with which their mates are fighting this war. They learn from actual demonstration that this is no storybook war of chocolate soldiers. It's the real thing, just as theirs is a real job. A job offering little glory and a great deal of hard work, sometimes wearisome work, but nevertheless a necessary part of the All-American team, and it's teamwork that's going to kick Tokyo for a field goal. The indoctrination period over, they now will be assigned to attend various schools. Known for efficiency in the field of battle, the Marine Corps lives up to its standard in the classroom. More than 15 schools teaching scores of subjects are turning out skilled craftswomen to take over jobs. The school courses range from 4 to 21 weeks and include an intensive period of training which will fit the woman Marine for the sort of work she has chosen. The girl often has her choice of subjects, which range from accountants to sheet metal workers to statisticians. For those few who have the necessary qualifications, is set aside the distinction of Officers' Candidate School. The gold bar of a second lieutenant weighs but an ounce. With it, however, comes a pound of tradition. This is the highlight in a candidate's life.
Those women who in civil life held down specialized positions will be placed in jobs immediately. Camp Lejeune boasts of the only post office in the country run completely by women. Experienced telephone operators are at a premium. Combat Signal Battalion Marines are needed at the battlefront, where their work is one of the most important cogs in the successful completion of a war task. The business of making words move across the face of the continent is waiting for those who have had training or can adapt themselves to this sort of work. Marines formerly buttoned down to jobs such as these have already been relieved in great numbers. Their postmark today is somewhere in the South Pacific. The fruits from that idea, born in February of 1943, begin to ripen. Women who have freed a Marine to fight have given a gift to the battle for freedom which cannot be counted in thanks or dollars. More than 11,000 men died on Armistice Day in 1918. If by lending their efforts, the women of America can end this war one day sooner, thousands of homes will welcome back men who might not otherwise return. There are scores of jobs in the Marine Corps for women, jobs which will permit our fighting man to get their firstest with the mostest. Jobs that require special skill, and jobs that require merely a native intelligence. With an eye not only to the war's end, but to a world in which women will move into new fields, many Marines are receiving a background with which they can carve a place in the America of tomorrow. For more than half the members of the Women's Reserve will be placed in aviation units. Before this war, a mere dozen or so women had made names for themselves in the field of aviation. A Marine record in aviation will mean a passport to the industry of tomorrow. Her husband is in Army aviation. They'll talk the same language when it's farewell to arms. Some women, subjected to the war of nerves on the home front, the days and nights of tenseness without action, have found an outlet in the Marine Corps through active duty. Aerial photography is an integral part of modern warfare, and today women are fast becoming the prime exponents of aerial photography. As each woman Marine steps into a job behind the battle lines, she presents the Allied cause with the best trained, fightingest man in the world.
These are the women of America who have picked up the gauntlet. Knowing full well that women have a stake in the world of tomorrow, the Lady Marines are lending a hand in the struggle of today. They've joined the service, and service means work. They go where they're sent and perform the job assigned to them, smartly, efficiently. There's no glamour to the job, but the reward that comes with the knowledge of a vital, all-important task well done. For them, calico and lace has been replaced by the proudest green in existence, the official uniform of the Marine Corps Women's Reserve.
This is our country, yours and mine. This is our war, and the victory too shall be ours. Here is your new fashion for victory, our women Marines.